What will your legacy be? What will it be that people will think of after you're gone from this world? That's a concern for many people, huh? It's concern for presidents of the United States. What is my legacy going to be? What are people going to think about me after I'm gone? What is the first thought that's going to come to their minds? What will your legacy be? Is it going to be a big home? Is it going to be a large estate? Is it going to be a large family? What is your legacy going to be? That's something we want to consider as we hear a section from the Word of God that is taken from John chapter 15, 9 to 17. I'm Pastor Richard Krause, Senior Pastor at Christ Lutheran Church in Pewaukee. We also have satellites in Wauwatosa and also in the town of Erin. Good to bring you the Word today. Once again, John 15, beginning with verse 9. As the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Now remain in my love. If you keep my commands, you will remain in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commands and remain in his love. I have told you this so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete. My command is this: love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command. I no longer call you servants, because a servant does not know his master's business. Instead, I have called you friends. For everything that I learned from my Father I have made known to you. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you so that you might go and bear fruit, fruit that will last. And so that whatever you ask in my name, the Father will give you. This is my command: love each other. Well, what am I going to leave as a legacy? Here, when Jesus is speaking in this very important 15th chapter of John, he says to his disciples, love each other. Love should embody the life of a Christian. What is the legacy that I seek to leave behind? That I was a person filled with the love of Christ. What's wrong with that, huh? I love Christ, and that love is apparent in me. How do I have that love? I have that love by hearing the Word of God, by ingesting the Word of God, not just on Sunday, but all through the week. Daily devotions like we're doing right here, or read the scriptures, or read meditations, or do all the above. I want to fill myself more and more with the Word of Christ. That means that as I hear that Word, I'm going to seek to obey His will. And I'm going to be a person filled with joy. Isn't that something today that is unique? Or when we think of people, when they think of our legacy, well, that guy was filled with joy. She was a joyful woman. She was a woman filled with the Lord. And as we hear the Word of God, as we seek to obey the will of God, we're going to have joy in our life, and we're also going to bear fruit. I read not long ago that a good apple tree produces 100 apples each fall. We're thinking about apples and pumpkins at this time of the year. 100 apples from a good tree. And if you have a tremendous apple tree, a tree that's been around for years, a tree that is filled with strength and fruit, you might have as many as 1,000 apples for a tree like that. It's a powerful apple tree that is bearing fruit the way it should. Now, what about our legacy? We think about what we are going to leave behind, and the Lord seeks for us to leave behind fruit, fruit that will last. Now, hopefully we think about this when we think about our legacy. Oh, it's good to leave money behind for our family. It's good to leave perhaps stocks and bonds. It's nice if we have a home that's paid off or whatever the case. But above all, I think we could take to heart these words of Christ. That loved one of mine was a person who loved the Lord. They heard the Word of God. They digested the Word of God. They gave their lives to the Lord. They were people filled with joy, and they bore fruit that lasts and continues to last even after the time that they leave this world.